कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम परानने. There is a poet who says, Shri Ramani Ramame Viruchira O Ramani Ramame Ruchira Shri Ramani Ramame Viruchira. Yemi Ruchira. How tasty, how very delicious is your nama. Sir, can names be delicious? Yes. When you internalize a name, essentially delicacy or being delicious doesn't mean you'll have to taste something physically. Only if you taste a jalebi, you'll find it tasty. Mysore pak, tasty, no. Even the names of the Lord can be delicious. They can be very, very relishing. They can smell very good. So all these attributes are just not for physical stuff, food that we see, even for the names of the Lord. So that being the essence of Ramanama, we have got two namas as given by Bhishmacharya through Vyasa. Pranamaha, the 410th nama, and Pruo, the 411th nama that describe the essence of Ramavataram and Ramayanam. What does Pranamaha mean? Swagunaischa characharan namanad Pranamaha. The one who through his auspicious qualities is being loved, respected and revered by the entire creation. Characharan. So it doesn't include only human beings, even the plants, even the birds, even the animals, even the humans, the various categories of the humans. They all unanimously love, respect and revere Rama, says the Nama. Swagunaischa characharan namanat pranamaha. So he is being loved by all. Where do we see such examples? First, we have seen in the past that Rama's presence would always rejuvenate the leaves, the plants, the shrubs, the herbs and the creepers. When Rama left Ayodhya, the prana in them also went. So his presence is what that rejuvenated the plants. His presence is what that added luster to the creepers. So his association with the plant kingdom was very, very high. So he is respected by the plant kingdom, the flora. What about the birds? Do I have to say the devotion offered by Jatayu? Jatayu was a scavenger bird, a vulture that offered its entire life. Vikrita Jivita Gritharaja Deha Niraksha Lakshita Bhaktajana Dakshinya, says Vedanta Deshika. It bartered its life so that it can get eternal fame. So Rama's association and respect for the bird community, for Jatayu, is well known. As we can extend that love even to Jatayu's elder brother Sampadi. So with plant kingdom, yes. With birds, yes. With animals, yes. One better example is association with Jambavan, the bear-like creature, and Sugriva, Angada, Hanuman, who were all Vanaras, not a part of the human community, is very well known. His love for Hanuman, his friendship with Sugriva, his care for Angada, and his respect for Jambavan, bear, and Vanaras is very well known. So Ramayana describes Rava's association with the animal community too. Now, let us come to the humans. Was he very affectionate to the peers, his human beings? Yes, to his brothers. He was very respectful toward the wives of his brothers, towards his parents, towards his cousins. He was very respectful. But did he extend this to people outside his community, outside his family? Yes, very much yes. He struck a beautiful chord of friendship with Guha. Guha was not a Kshatriya. He was a tribal hunter. He struck a beautiful chord of friendship with Guha. Did he have a good relationship with Sugriva? Yes, we have discussed. Did he have a good relationship with a Rakshasa or Vibhishana? Yes, Vibhishana belonged to the opposite country, which is Lanka. He was Ravana's brother. But Rama did not view Vibhishana as Ravana's brother. He saw him as an individual. He struck a beautiful chord of relationship, and Vibhishana offered his entire bhakti to Rama. So Rama's relationship with Guha, who was a tribal hunter, with Vibhishana, a Rakshasa, is very well known. How was his respect towards women? Tara, the one whose husband was killed by Rama, she says, Aprareyascha durasadascha akshaya kirtischa vichakshanascha kshitikshamāvān kshatajopavaksha. He received good words, testimonial, blessings, words of praise from Tara, a woman. What about Mandodari, Yaktavesha, Mahayogi, Paramatma, Sanatanaha, Anadimadya Nidhanaha? She offered her words of praising to Rama. So, amongst women, he was very respectful. Amongst people from other communities, like the tribal community and Rakshasa community like Guha and Vibhishana, he was very respectful. With respect to those who belonged outside the community of the humans, like say Sugriva, Angada, Jambavan, Hanuman, he was again very respectful. To birds like Jatayu and Sampati, yes. To plants, yes. So Rava's gunas, his qualities were such that the entire creation of Chara and Achara were attracted to him. So he is called as Pranamaha. Next is Pruthuhu. Yashasavi Vistirna iti Pruthuhu. The one who has attained a very, very expanded form of fame. Yashasavi Vistirna iti Pruthuhu. How do we understand the reputation, the fame that Rama had? Let us just go 200, 300 years back in history, in Bharatavesham, in the south of India, in the southern state of Tamil Nadu, where the Kaveri has 5 tributaries going, is a beautiful kshetram called Pancha Nadi Kshetram. It has got 5 tributaries of the river going. Pancha in the Tamil language means I. Nadi means Aru. So Ayyaru means the place of 5 rivers. So in Tamil, the word Shri is called Thiru. So Tiruvayyaru is the name of the place where Tyagaraja Swami, a great poet in the Bhakti tradition, lived. While his words were filled with poetic beauty, his tunes used to melt even the stones. His musicology, his music knowledge was at its peak. Now that he was singing compositions on only Rama and Ramayana and Rama Bhakti, the reigning king of that region, a Maratha king called as Seraphoji, he thought, why shouldn't I have him as a Baitalika? Because in those days, kings, however great they were, they would always love to listen to their own praises. So they would buy people, pay them and engage them in the only profession of singing praises for them. So he wanted to engage Tyagaraja Swami as one of his boys. So he said, Tyagaraja, why don't you come to my place? Tyagaraja denied. Second time he called, Tyagaraja denied. It was a big shock for many because you don't reject a king's application. That said, Tyagaraja requested the king to not call him again. The king asked, why can't I call you? Why shouldn't you come to my court? Tyagaraja said, when I've been singing about the reputation and the fame of Prabhu Sri Ramachandra, why will I come to any normal king's court? Imagine how much of confidence and willpower he must have had, courage he must have had to reply to a king. At that point in time, Tyagaraja gives his reply in the form of a beautiful composition. Dadhinavanita Shiramulu Sukhama Dadhinavanita Shiramulu Sukhama Dasharathi Dhyana Bhajana Sudhara Samo Sukhama Niramuga Balgumanasa Nidhi Chala Sukhama Nidhi Chala Sukhama. So this composition is a mix of Sanskritam and Telugu. He says, Nidhi Chala Sukhama. Do you think, he asks the king, that the riches that you give, the gold that you give will bring fame? Nidhi Chala Sukhama. Or do you think the happiness that comes out of me meditating upon the reputation, the fame of Rama will give me more happiness? Ramuni Sarnidhi. Your Nidhi, O king, your Nidhi will give me more happiness, or Rama's Sannidhi will give me more importance. Ramuni Sannidhi Sevamo Sukhama Nijamuga Balgumana Sannidhi Chala. So, this anecdote just describes how our bhaktas, Bhagavatottamas and Bharatadesham rallied only to Rama's greatness and reputation. So, Yashasapi Vistirna iti Pruo. So, his fame is so long and expanded, says the commentator. Why expanded? The incident which occurred in Treta Yugam called Ramavataram is spoken even in Kali Yugam. Only if the fame is so extended will we be talking about Rama even now. There have been many men, many women, very powerful men, but their fame goes away with their death. Only certain people can last for millennia together, and Rama is undoubtedly one. Hence the commentator says, such everlasting, long-lasting fame a person has, he is called Pruthuhu. Yashasapi Vistirna iti Pruthuhu. So these are the two namas, Pranamaha, Pruthuhu. Because of his gunas, the entire Characharam respects him, loves him. Because he has got gunams, there is a lot of fame. And that fame is an everlasting fame. Hence he is called Pruthuhu. Sir, beautiful namas these are, sir, from Vishnu Sahasranamam that describe Rama's greatness. Are there more names, sir? Surely there are many. Keep waiting for the forthcoming episodes.
Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a two-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.